Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 28 in the Bundesliga. We are back after the international break, and it is the final stretch of this season. We are going to see who becomes the champion, which it's looking quite obvious who is going to be the champion. There's still fight for those European places, and the relegation battle is heating up. So let's go ahead and make our prediction for match day 28. The first game, it is a Freiburg versus Bayern Munich. It's 8th versus first Freiburg. The form has not been really good, if I'm being very honest with you. Before the international break, they have been quite inconsistent. They are not winning games the way that they were a month and a half ago. They have been quite inconsistent this season, and that is why they are struggling at the moment. Playing against the Bayern Munich team, who have been amazing. They're undefeated in their last 7 games. It has been amazing run of form. Playing in the Champions League as well. It's an away game, so that might be a bit tricky for a Bayern Munich, and that's the only chance that Freiburg have, that they are the home side, and Bayern Munich are playing them after that international break. But I still think Bayern Munich, the way that they are playing and the score that they have, they are going to have enough for Freiburg, and I think they are going to win it quite comfortably. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Bayern Munich. Then it's Hoffenheim versus Mainz. It's 5th versus 11th. Hoffenheim, they have had a really good season, but they are struggling a bit of a late. It's the final end of the season. If they really want to finish in those European places, if they want to surprise everybody and get into the Champions League places, they need to start winning games. They need to be inconsistent. They need to be consistent, and stop being inconsistent the way that they have been, for the last month or two. The last 5 results, you just look at their 2 draws, defeat, 2 wins. So they've been quite inconsistent. They need to get rid of that. They are playing against a Mainz side who are starting to get better as the season is progressing. They would want to finish in those top 10 places. They are undefeated in their last 5 games as well. So they are coming in this game with a bit of a good form. But the good thing for Hoffenheim is that they are the home side, and the home fans are really gonna rally behind them and make sure that they win this game, because as I said, now it's the business end of the season. You can play good football at the start of the season, but if you derail it at the end of the season, it doesn't really matter what you do at the start. So the last 6-7 weeks are going to be really important, and Hoffenheim need to make sure that they win this game, and I think they are going to win it. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I think we are going to see there are going to be chances, but I don't think we are going to see that many goals. I'm going for a very hard-fought 1-0 win for Hoffenheim. Up next, it's Werder Bremen versus RB Leipzig. It's 14th versus 4th. Now, both of these teams are fighting for different things. Bremen, they were doing whatever they can to make sure that they don't get sucked into that relegation battle. But if I'm being very honest with you, in my opinion, they are in that relegation battle. They're just 4 points, above St. Pauli, who are in that 16th position, and they're just 7 points above Wolfsburg, who are in that 17th position as well. So they are in that relegation battle. They are in a difficult position. Leipzig, on the other hand, they want to get stay in those Champions League places, and they are going to make sure that they can stay in that positions no matter what. But there are teams fighting for those European places, and the form of both of these teams has been really all over the place. Both of them have been really inconsistent, and that I think that is why it's very hard to predict this month. Bremen are at home, so you might want to give them a bit of an advantage, because as I said, both of them are all over the place. You don't really know which type of performance they are going to give you at on the day of the game. So it's really hard to predict, and that is why I'm going to sit on the fence. I think they are going to, because I think it is going to be an entertaining game, but I don't think we are going to get a winner out of it. I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Werder Bremen and RB Leipzig. Then it's Hamburg versus Augsburg. It is 12th versus 10th, and from the outside, you would say it's 12th versus 10th, and it's sort of a mid-table clash. But if you look at the points, both of these teams are still not safe from that relegation scrap. It's just again 7 points between them and St. Pauli, who are at 16th position. So they can get sucked right into it. And the way the form of these teams is not really good as well. Just 1 win in their last 5 games for both of them. And Augsburg, especially, they have lost their last 3 games in a row. So both of them are struggling as well. Hamburg themselves have lost 3 out of their last 5 games. So it's a tough game. It's an important game for both of them. Both of them would need a win here, to put create a distance between them and the teams below them. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a very tight game, but I just don't see a winner in this game. I'm going for a very boring 1-1 draw between Hamburg and Augsburg. Then it's Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Heidenheim. It is 15th versus 19th. Again, a tough game, an important game for Mönchengladbach, especially because they are, in that situation, in that place in the league where every single team is fighting to stay in Bundesliga, and every points drop matters because the teams around you are just waiting for you to drop points to get above you. They are playing against the Heidenheim side, who it looks like they are going to get relegated at the moment, unless and until they go on an amazing run of games and they win all their next 7 games, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, they are winners in their last 7 games. They have lost 4 out of their last 5 games as well. So it is looking likely that they are going to go down. So it's a big, a perfect time for Mönchengladbach to play Heidenheim. This might be the game that again creates a space between them and the teams below them, because with the amount of games remaining are not that much, and the difference between points is quite little as well. It's a big game, and I think Mönchengladbach know that as well, and I think they are going to take advantage of that, and that is why I'm going for a very comfortable win here. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Then you have Bayer Leverkusen versus Wolfsburg. It is 6th versus 17th. Two teams whose season has not really gone the way that they would have hoped, and the way they are playing, it is not really surprising, if I'm being very honest with you. Leverkusen, they are 6th. They really want to get back into those Champions League places, but they are undefeated in their last 5 games, but just 1 win out of in those 5 games, and the 4 of them have been draws. So it's not really that good. They are unable to finish off the games. They are playing against a Wolfsburg side who really need to get something, they really need to get a win in my opinion. They are winless in their last 5 games, 4 defeats and a draw. So 1 point out of a possible 15 is not a really good look. They are still in contention to get out of those relegation places. They have 21 points currently. St. Pauli are just above them at 24 points, and there are teams who are above them. They can still go ahead and catch, and they can get out of this trouble, if I'm being very honest with you. But they need to get some sort of wins under their belt. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they are going to lose this game. I think they are going to get a crucial point in this game. I don't think Leverkusen are going to win because the way that they are playing, and that is why I'm going for a draw. And I think it's going to be a very dull and boring game. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Bayer Leverkusen and Wolfsburg. Then it's a big game. Again, I think it's one of the most important games of the weekend. It's Stuttgart versus Dortmund. It's 3rd versus 2nd. Stuttgart, they are just 3 points ahead of Leipzig in those European in their Champions League places, and they would want to increase that gap. They want to play in the Champions League next season, and the way they are playing, they are looking really good. But they are playing against the Dortmund side, who are in a really good form. They have won 4 out of their last 5 games, 3 wins in a row. And if they really want to create a title race, if I'm being very honest with you, they need to win all the games, and this is one of those games that they have to win. They are 9 points behind Bayern Munich, and if my prediction goes correct, which I think Bayern Munich are going to defeat, when they play this game, they are going to be 12 points behind Bayern Munich. So winning this game is of utmost necessity for Borussia Dortmund, and I think they should win it, but I really don't think they are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. I think we are going to get goals in this game, but we are not going to get a winner. I'm going for a very entertaining draw, 2-2 draw between Stuttgart and Borussia Dortmund. And it's Union Berlin versus St. Pauli. It's 9th versus 16th. And again, this is one of those games. You look at Union Berlin, you're going to say they are 9th in the table, and they might be safe, but there's just a 7-point difference between them and St. Pauli. Their form is not that good as well. Same for St. Pauli. Both of them have been really inconsistent this season. St. Pauli are struggling a bit. Their last 2 games have been defeated. To be very honest with you, Union Berlin themselves lost their last game before the international break. So as I said, both of them are coming into this game in quite an inconsistent form, if I'm being very honest with you. And I think it's a big game. If St. Pauli are somehow able to win this game, they stop decreased that gap from 7 points to just 4 points, and that's a big problem for Union Berlin. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we are going to see another draw in this game as well. I think Union Berlin are going to make sure that they somehow get something in this game, because they cannot afford to lose this game, and that is why I'm going for a draw. I think it's going to be a very hard fought 1-1 draw between Union Berlin and St. Pauli. And we finish a match day 28 with Eintracht Frankfurt versus FC Köln. It is 7th versus 15th. And I think this is a big game, especially for Korn. They are really struggling. They are winless in their last 5 games, 2 defeats and 3 draws. They're just 2 points above FC St. Pauli. And if somehow St. Pauli win their game against Union Berlin, they are going to start this game in the relegation zone, and they are going away to Frankfurt. Frankfurt have been inconsistent. Their form has not been really good, and they are 7th in the league. They have an outside chance to qualify for Europe. I think it's going to be really hard, but they need to win the games to make it possible. And I think they are going to win this game. I just have a feeling about Frankfurt in this game. I think they are going to win this game, and they are going to put Korn in a really terrible position. And that is why I'm going for a 2-1 win for Eintracht Frankfurt. And that is it. These are my predictions for match day 28 in the Bundesliga. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. Make your own predictions as well. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.